Welcome back to the Lxft app. We're going to show you more in detail about the exercise creations that you can do. We're going to create a category called test, just for the examples of showing you. In test, we're going to add our first exercise, and we'll just call this test, and we'll do other, and it can be test 1. We will go ahead and select our log fields, and let's just go over what these different ones mean. Weight is pretty self-explanatory, as is reps. Height. Height would be used for things like box jumps or step-ups, or potentially you want to do step-downs or hurdles. You could use height to record the height of any of those exercises. You also have the advantage of doing distance yards and distance miles. Distance miles you would use if you were doing a long run or a long walk. Distance yards you might use if you're doing some sprints or a sled pull or a yoke carry. You also have two different time measurements. Duration, which would be for a longer period of time, like maybe you played basketball for 2 hours, or time, maybe you're doing a 40-yard dash and you want to record how fast you can go. For this example, we will use weight and reps and height. Now, let's say instead of doing a test, we are doing a dumbbell step up. So we're going to do a step up and we're going to use dumbbells. And we'll leave it in the test category. Now, for dumbbells, I recommend using split. You are going to be holding a different weight in each hand because you're using dumbbells. So naturally, you'll record your weight in your right hand and your left hand. For the log field, reps, I also recommend using split. This just clearly lays out that you're doing X amount of reps with your right leg and X amount of reps with your left leg. Now, there's a couple more buttons down here. You have uses chains. This will pop up a chain menu that will allow you to use chains and record the weight of the chain, as well as bands, which will allow you to use your custom bands from a band manager. Enabling a timer or a stopwatch will simply put a timer and a stopwatch widget on the main screen, which we'll show you in a second. Your muscles trained, obviously, this is using quads. Tags. On a dumbbell step up, you might want to tag this lower, or push, or vertical, because maybe you're going to work on your explosive vertical. You can add in any notes, a video link if you want, and then you can save the exercise. Now let's see what that exercise looks like. You can see we have our exercise information. We also have our weight, right and left. You can tell, if I use 40-pound dumbbells, I have 40 pounds in my left hand and 40 pounds in my right hand. To enter a different metric for each, you can unlink them. When you relink them, they go back. So that way, you only need to enter the input once. But if you're using a different weight in each hand, maybe you're doing an off-balance farmer's carry, you certainly have the ability to log that. You can also log your reps for each leg. Let's say you're really tired and you're just going to failure. Maybe you only get 8 with your left and 6 with your right. You can also log the height of the step up. Maybe you're doing a 24-inch box for your step ups. Since this is a rep exercise, we'll populate the rep field. Now chances are you're just doing a full rep on these, so you'll just log full rep as the default. And then you can click log set, or you can save with the dialog in the top right. For example, if you come in here, you don't need to scroll down to hit log set. You can just click, and then you'll see the set saved button. Let's go ahead and make another exercise. Let's call this one squat jump. Okay? And we're going to use the barbell for this. Now, we may use weight and reps, and they're not going to be split. But maybe on a squat jump, we are going to use bands and we're going to use chains. Obviously, this is going to work our quads and our glutes, as well as our calves. And it's going to be lower, push, and vertical. As you populate more tags, you'll see more that are in the bottom, and you can sort through them. The other ones, you'll notice, go away if I type something that's not there. I can go ahead and either link a video or add notes, and I can save this exercise. Now, when I go to log a squat jump, I have the ability to log the weight. I'm using a 45-pound barbell. I'm doing 10 reps. I can also use a 25-pound chain if I wanted to, and I can log the type of rep. Let's say I want to add a band. Everybody likes to jump with bands. Currently, I can do no band, or I can add bands. This is going to take you into your band manager. Now, most bands, at least mine, are colored bands, and they have a minimum resistance and a maximum resistance. So you can add those in here. That stores your band for later use. You also have the option to edit or delete the band. Simply returning will allow you to pick the red band. You can also choose if you want to use this band for resistance or assistance. The default is resistance, but if you're doing band assisted pull-ups, you can always switch that. You'll go ahead and log your set. You'll see your weight and reps. Now you know pretty much what goes on with the exercise creation. In the next video, we'll show you how to create a workout. Well, track a workout. Creating a workout is coming. Thank you.